So in this video, I'm going to talk about my journey daripada saya tak tahu apa-apa sampai sekarang saya dah jadi seorang software developer. Already 7 years since I first started learning how to program. Alright? So let's go back to 2019. I think it's right after I finished my pre-university, which is A-levels. I applied for satu degree. Nama degree tu ialah Bachelors of Engineering Computer Science. Now, for your information, sebelum ni saya memang tak ada background ataupun tak ada ilmu dalam programming. Sebab dalam SPM, saya ambil Science tulen. And then masa A-levels, saya ada ambil 3 subjek. And 3 subjek tu tak ada kaitan dengan, computer science. It was mathematics, physics and chemistry. Because university is going to be my first ever place where I'm going to use programming extensively. Saya masa tu agak macam berisau atau takut. Risau sebab apa? You're going to a university yang ajar computer science. I assume macam, you should have at least some programming knowledge of anything. Sebab although dalam university tu, dia punya requirement dia tak tulis pun yang kita perlu belajar sains komputer ke ataupun programming. Tapi sebabkan, risau kan. And biasanya kalau kita apply course-course macam ni, mesti orang lain yang akan masuk pun sudah ada macam ilmu sikit dalam programming. So 2 bulan sebelum saya masuk ke university, which is I think saya akan masuk dalam bulan Oktober, saya decide untuk belajar programming secara sendiri. Jadi masa tu kan dah ada banyak, programming language kat dunia ni. So I decided to, Google first, and I Google what is the easiest language to learn, and benda yang keluar adalah Python. So I decided to pick up Python, and the way how I self-learn is using a platform dipanggil sebagai Code Academy. This platform is paid, so I have to persuade my parents to pay me a bit. It was okay. I took one of the introductory Python classes. I'm able to finish it, although I remember that I got stuck with for loop concept for 2 weeks. It's quite basic sebenarnya bila fikir balik, tapi macam benda tu sebab benda baru, so susah nak macam hadam the idea of for loop masa mula-mula. But again, I'm able to finish at least the introductory classes. Maksudnya macam memang simple, for loop, print statement, if else, all the basic stuff. I don't go in depth into OOP, object oriented programming, sebab for me masa tu macam agak complex. But at least I have the basics now. So the fast forward, sekarang saya dah masuk ke university. I remember first day of class, so masa tu day 1 sangat besar. It's like a very big lecture hall yang boleh muat macam dalam 500 orang. And bila kita masuk tu kita rasa macam intimidated lah. Sebab when you go into, especially international university, like in UK, korang macam tengok orang-orang lain macam hebat-hebat lah. Macam this guy macam dah lama pernah programming and such. During our first class, the course is called Introduction to Computation, so very introductory. And one of the first question yang the lecturer asked when we was there was, who here know how to code? Please raise your hand. And to my surprise, and I'm quite glad, apparently just 50% of us raise our hands. Like 50% others tak angkat tangan pun. So masa tu saya macam agak lega, sebab it goes to show that there's a lot of people that are in the same boat as me. Second is because it shows that programming ni something yang kita boleh belajar on our own. You just need to put an effort on it. Yang susah sebenarnya yang lecturer atau universiti ni ada is actually the concept, the theory behind not just programming, computer science in general. Sebab computer science ni besar sebenarnya. It's not just programming. There's a lot of very scientific stuff which I'm not going to talk about because it's quite complex. But the idea is programming is something that you can learn. You just need to put effort and you should be able to understand it. So masa tu saya macam dah, okay, you know what, this thing is learnable. I just need to get my game straight and just go for it. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward to the next summer break. So dekat UK, we have this thing called summer break. So setiap tahun, lepas setahun belajar, kita akan ada summer break selama 3 bulan. Not going to talk about what happened throughout my first year in terms of what I learned. Ada video yang banyak dah saya post, anda boleh check. Now it's summer break of first year, and I'm also actually, for your information, I'm under a scholarship during that time. So saya punya scholarship suruh saya untuk dapatkan internship at least sekali selama saya belajar dalam 4 tahun. So a lot of people of my, especially my peers, decide untuk ambil internship either dalam 2nd year, 3rd year. Tapi masa tu saya macam, I feel like I want to get this thing done as soon as possible. I decided to apply for internship right after I finished my first year. So I apply internship in the UK and also in Malaysia. Of course in the UK memang tak dapat langsung. It's either ghosted or memang dapat rejected straight away. But in Malaysia, of course, I got rejected and ghosted. But there's only one company that decided to proceed with an interview, right? It's a very small company in Malacca because I was living in Malacca at that time. I just like, let's try this interview. Okay, I like to remind everyone, during that time, I don't know what's a technical interview. The only knowledge that I have was during my first year and all the projects, assignments that I did during my first year. I don't have any side projects, no effort whatsoever, just, clean, like 100% like first year university student. So the outcome of the interview, I did not get the internship, which is in retrospect understandable. During the interview, there was two interviewer, and I was given two total sets of technical questions. The first question was okay. I was able to answer the question, but it's not as efficient as they expect it to be. But the second question is a bit difficult. I was able to actually solve it. So of course, the interview does not go well. At the end, the interviewer decided to, give me advice on what to do next. He said that, you're not the candidate that we're looking for. And then they advised me on what to do. So because of that interview, now I know where I am at. What am I missing? Rather than wasting my summer break doing nothing, play games all day, might as well take some online classes that I can do. So masa tu saya macam interested sangat, macam software engineer bina software products. Those are things that I'm quite interested. So masa first year, I'm not introduced that at all tau. Masa first year memang very theoretical, cakap pasal matematik lah, cakap pasal some history about computer, some programming concepts, but I still don't understand how does people build a system kan, macam all these apps yang amazing kan. So in order for me to answer that question, rather than going to YouTube, I found this platform dipanggil sebagai Udemy, which is basically an online courses marketplace di mana ramai-ramai orang jual all types of online courses. And saya decide untuk cari satu course dikenal sebagai the full stack bootcamp. This is what I took. The reason why I took this is because it has bestseller on it. So you know what, bestseller ons, and harga dia pun tak mahal sangat, which is RM60. It's like one-off payment, so saya tak perlu risau macam monthly payment ke apa. This is like a very good course yang introduced to me on how people build. So dekat sini macam, of course at the end of this course, I have an idea on how people build an app from the front, back and the database. Walaupun saya tak dapat master everything 100% of course, but I think the main goal that I want to achieve is to understand how people build this stuff. And right after I finished the course, my uncle hit me up to propose a project that he wanted me to do for his school. It was basically just a facility report system where if a user want to report something is broken, something is damaged, they can report it to the school through the system. Just to let everyone know, the project was a bust. It was really bad. It was not usable. The UI keep crashing, and I can't even save the image file because I forgot there's this thing called file server that you need to have in order for you to save the images. Anyway, the number one thing that actually really valuable when I was building that was actually learning that it's not easy to build a product. When you're actually building something, you will jumpa banyak betul halangan, banyak betul masalah. Masa tu debug sangat-sangat lama, and to be fair, I do feel like giving up. Tapi saya cakap kat diri saya, this thing is just learning. I'm not pressured with anyone. My pakcik pun macam sebenarnya tak ada force saya untuk nak buat benda tu betul-betul. So I just move on my own time. Again, the project was a bust, but I learned a lot from that. It was my first ever proper project, and I actually tried to produce. So that's basically like the end of my summer break. And I think at that point onwards, I really want to do software engineering. I really want to build something, like an app or a website or a web app. Okay, so now already second year. Masa ni, again, I'm trying to get another internship. At this point, kenapa saya interested in internship aside from disebabkan oleh my sekolah punya keperluan, requirement, and because I really want to know how does, software engineering work together kan. Sebab selama ni kan saya dah kerja dengan sendiri, buat project sendiri. Masa kat universiti pun, kebanyakannya macam course assignment, group assignment yang agak simple. Untuk internship kali ni is a bit simpler. Cara saya dapat, sebab I attend a career fair, so saya just submit, my resume. So one of the company called KPMG called back to me through a phone call. Masa saya just borak dengan dia punya recruiter, HR, and tahu-tahu saya dapat. So it's quite simple compared to my previous experience with my first year punya interview. But the point is, I got an internship finally on my second year. So because this is masa zaman COVID, so it's going to be 100% remote. It was agak scary juga sebab saya takkan jumpa orang-orang yang saya bekerja. But it turned out well. I contributed okay as an intern. I learned a lot. This is my very first experience working as a software engineer with other fellow developer. Jadi saya belajarlah macam mana kita nak bekerja bersama-sama. So kat situ saya diintroducekan dengan some project management tools seperti Jira, di mana ada Kanban board dan sebagainya. Saya belajar cara kita boleh communicate, macam kita buat code review dan sebagainya. The senior are very helpful, very encouraging. So it's like a really good experience for me. Also the next year, my third year, also I went into another internship, and then after that I got absorbed right after I finished my degree to the same company I am at the moment. So I'm still working in the same company that I interned the second time. So now fast forward, it was at the end of 2023. So I graduated tahun 2023. So sekarang dah 2025. Jadi sepanjang tahun tu saya belajar banyak benda di kerja. I also learned a lot at the side, di mana saya buat banyak projek yang lebih kompleks bina sesuatu. So kalau korang check GitHub saya, macam banyak pet project yang saya buat. And finally, this year I was able to actually publish my first independent app dipanggil sebagai Krisit. It has a proper website. It's actually now in App Store and Google Play Store, which people can download. So what I'm trying to summarize is everyone has their own, perjalanan yang dia lalui. For me, this is the thing that I faced. I've come a long way to being able to do what I am here today. So if you have any questions through whatever I'm doing, feel free to comment down below. I'll answer it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamualaikum dan bye.